Madonna's songs are really personal, but for some reason, we don't do deep dives. We just gotta go, oh, I like this one, I don't like that one. That's all we do. I'm not a qualified therapist.
I'm just a bloke from the street.
Yeah, I was here for the washer and dryer. Tell them to off. We're playing the off game.
Say, off. It'll be ready by Tuesday.
Wangers Rejoice! It is time for half an hour of questionable advice and so-so solutions with myself, Graham Norton, and my colleague, and what does it say? Colleague and partner, Maria McCurlin. Have you requested them not to say friend anymore?
I thought so, especially as you didn't invite me to come and see you interview the Queen, whose new album is fabulous.
Do you know, that new album is, because there's always, because I love Madonna. We're talking about Madonna.
And her album is called Confessions 2, yeah.
And, you kind of think, oh, please be good, please be good, please be good. And it's so good. And it's interesting because she is one of those people, I think she's the only legacy artist who's still creating music who is always trying to find the next sound, the new thing. Whereas most legacy artists are quite happy to just, make the same music over and over again.
Although this is part 2.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean, yeah.
Something that she did in what year was Confessions?
2005.
Yeah.
So 20 years ago with Stuart Price, and Stuart Price is back. But what I'm saying is that's what's unique about this. She's not that person. You don't listen to the new Coldplay album going, wow, it doesn't sound like Coldplay.
They've gone all country and western.
It always sounds like Coldplay.
It does.
Whereas, often you listen to a Madonna album and you're like, oh, what? This is Madonna? Yeah. Anyway, this is so good. Really dancey.
I
Great.
wanted to know how many times you have interviewed her.
I've interviewed her being filmed 3 times, and then I did a thing with her at Alexandra Palace.
Oh, that was a live thing, wasn't it?
Live thing where where people had flown in from all over the world.
Amazing. Her fan base is extraordinary.
And they just adore her. And I remember, before we got going, the record label gave me a list of questions that I, could ask Madonna. These are the approved questions. Off you go. So it was an hour event talking to Madonna, and at the end, I was going to be allowed to get 2 questions from the audience, okay? Just 2 questions from the audience. That was going to be exciting and random. We didn't know what we were going to get. So I have my list of questions. I'm chatting to Madonna. I turn on the page. I've come to the last question, and that's taken 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got about 50 questions from the audience.
But I'm sure they were delighted by that.
It turned out much better.
Yeah.
And also because it became chaotic. Because all the fans, it's so weird, the fans want her to write on them.
So they can get a tattoo.
Yeah, so they can tattoo the autograph. And it was the day the Madame X album came out. And so they were all running forward. And she went, no, I will only sign you if you've already got a Madame X tattoo. And you thought, like that'll be nobody. Oh no, there was about 20 people who already had a Madame X tattoo. Yeah. Still there.
I mean, I'm slightly against this deification of human beings, who sing for a living. But I think maybe in the absence of anything else, we don't have religion anymore. So we have Madonna and also, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and also I think there was a time when, Madonna was doing stuff, particularly for the gay community, during AIDS and things, where, it was at kind of a dark time and there weren't that many people to kind of lift us up. And Madonna did that. I remember being at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern and seeing, this juddery old screen would come down and they'd show that video of her performance at, I don't know, the VMAs or whatever, where she did the Marie Antoinette Vogue.
Oh, yeah, that, which was tremendous, wasn't it?
Tremendous. And also those dancers, the point of those dancers were that they were gay. They weren't they didn't happen to be gay. They were so, completely overt. And seeing that on a big world stage like that, it felt important. And, kids will never understand that.
Did it feel like an endorsement at the time?
Yeah, it just felt like it felt like visibility. She was giving her platform, her stage to other people.
Yeah.
And, and hopefully kids never do understand that, but it was a big deal at the time.
It was. You're absolutely right. I do remember. Now, I mean, you have interviewed her a few times over the years, as her career has progressed. And she's still massive. But she's always been, and I'm sure you will agree, a little bit prickly. Do you think she's getting more mellow with age?
I think so. I mean, what was interesting was this is the first time I've interviewed her without an audience. And it did seem easier somehow.
So maybe she responds to an audience, but because she's somebody that always likes to kind of... She would make a good madame if she were, in S&M terms, and because her followers always seem to really lap it up when she's a bit horrible to them.
Well, she was just lovely in this, just really chatty
and easy to laugh.
Well, also very open because. I think people, the way we often talk about Taylor Swift on here, and the way people analyze her songs. You got to go, oh, this one's about such a boyfriend. Oh, this is about her beef with another pop star. Da 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 da. Like Madonna's songs are really personal, but for some reason, we don't do deep dives. We just gotta go, oh, I like this one. I don't like that one. That's all we do. Whereas this album, I think, maybe because it's called Confessions, is the most overtly personal album.
So what is she confessing to?
I'm not confessing, but there's a beautiful song on the album called Fragile, and that's about the death of her brother, Christopher. And that, because the album is kind of sung through, so it's, that Stuart Price has done this amazing job of production where one song just kind of seamlessly drifts into the next song, but Fragile is the one song that seems really a kind of classic song towards the end of the album.
And does she write about her own illness? Because I know when we went to see her at the O2, she talked about her illness and how it was amazing that she had sort of come back from it.
I mean, it's probably kind of folded into that song in a way, that idea of being fragile. And, she does that thing of opening everything out to be, so yes, it's specific and personal, but then it has a kind of more general thing. Yeah. But Stuart Price, this producer guy, such a nice man. And before we did the interview with Madonna, we went to his house.
And who? What do you mean we?
Well, people. Not you.
I know, not me.
I invited, not you. And then we, not you, showed up. And we listened to the album. Actually, we didn't listen to all of it. We listened to a lot of it. And it was, it felt so privileged because one, we're one of the first people in the world to hear this thing. And two, that he was talking us through how this was made. So when I was listening to the album, I was sitting on the sofa where Madonna had been sat recording the album. The microphone she'd used was there. And it's the same microphone she used as for Confessions 1.
Wow.
He dug it out of storage and she used it. But what's weird is the tracks, all the vocals on the album, I think almost all of them are like demos. They're the first... She just did them once.
Wow.
And, some of them are complicated lyrics.
Are you a friend of Madonna now?
She said I was.
Mm.
Yeah, there was some point where somebody said something about, I don't know, somebody said something about being a friend, and then she went, well, I'm your friend.
Aww.
I know.
Did you enjoy interviewing her this time?
It was fun. It was fun because, it's a nice time to meet her because I think she is really thrilled to the reaction to this record, and she knows it's a good one. She knows it's really good.
I mean, I'm really pleased because she gets such a lot of stick.
Well, but she is...
Give the stick to Mick Jagger and all those other 80-something-year-old men. Never get any stick.
But now she's back on, the Radio 1 playlist. And,
fantastic.
Which is... That is, whenever I'm having hits, that's the biggest achievement of all. That youth radio is paying attention to this woman and going, this music is, should be played, should be listened to.
But she reached iconic status sort of a long time ago and she's remained there.
Well, listen, let's have a dance party later with Confessions 2. It is very dancey.
I'm hung up on you.
That's Confessions 1.
I know.
Yeah, well done you.
I'll go into Confessions 2 after this letter.
But first, a break. Tis time. Maria, our first letter, please.
Okay. Dear Graham and Maria, I am a woman in my 20s. I wrote this.
You're right.
I am a woman in my 20s who has recently started therapy to deal with experiencing overwhelming emotions day to day. I've been in therapy for about 4 months now with a male therapist. We get on really well. We're similarly slightly awkward people, have the same sense of humour, and manage to have a real laugh in our sessions. The issue is, I'm becoming obsessed with him, and I'm worried this is going to get in the way of my relationship with my boyfriend. From the first session with my therapist, I thought he was really good looking. And while I didn't initially think it was an issue to find another man attractive, I'm worried it's going beyond that. I'm constantly thinking about him and what to bring to our sessions. I feel like my weeks revolve around it. And after our sessions, I replay everything that he said. I'm a massive daydreamer anyway and find comfort in this. But I've started to worry that my newfound happiness in life is coming from thinking about my therapist and not the actual sessions. I love my partner, but I'm starting to feel like a terrible person for thinking about another man all the time. And I'm worried he'll realise I'm having these thoughts. My therapist has been totally professional throughout and hasn't given me any reason for these thoughts. Everything I've read online has told me to bring these thoughts to therapy, but I'm worried I'll make things weird, and I don't want to ruin a good therapeutic relationship that we already have. But maybe it's worth it to stop feeling like I'm somehow betraying my partner. And that is from Anonymous. Oh, Anonymous, I kind of feel your pain, but this is so common.
Yeah.
Really common, because what's happening is you're having an intimate, not a sexual intimacy, but an intimate, an emotional intimacy with your therapist. And of course, especially if you're feeling kind of a little bit crazy anyway, you're clinging on to somebody who's talking sense to you. And that's very appealing and very enticing, and you won't be the first person to fall in love with their therapist, and you won't be the last. Yeah. But I think what you have to do is what you've said. You've looked it up. You have to take it to your therapist, and he will explain it. You don't want to get rid of him. You don't want to find someone else because you have a good relationship, but you have to understand the reasons for you falling for him, and that this will never be reciprocated, and find a way to go forward.
I mean, it's so sad because, you know, that thing she says about, I don't want to ruin the good therapeutic. No, you'll make it a good therapeutic relationship if you sort this out. Because right now, it's getting in the way of the therapy.
And what you're doing is performing for this therapist because you want him to laugh, you want to have a lovely chat together. This is no good for you. You're paying for something that you don't want to do. Go and work as a stand-up comic if you want that. What you need to do is tell him your innermost thoughts and feelings. It's your money. Don't waste it, and keep it real.
There's also something about, I don't know, it kind of reflects on her relationship in a way. If she finds the idea of a man who's willing to listen to her for an hour this attractive.
You're paying him.
But it suggests that boyfriend does not do this.
Well, it suggests that she doesn't share her innermost thoughts and fears and worries with her boyfriend.
No, but it's also about attention. Like someone is paying attention to her fully, is focused on her completely for an hour. Mm-hmm. And that is blowing her mind and changing her world. And, you know, obviously she's not... I think, one, you're right, so many people fall in love with their therapists. But I can remember when I started, I mean, it doesn't happen now, but when I started on telly and I would sometimes go to photo shoots and do photo shoots, I would weirdly find the photographers attractive because they were paying attention to me.
Oh, wow.
You know, like they were really... they were kind of seeing you and paying attention. Oh, move your head slightly to the and do this, and it was
even the women.
Even the women, particularly the women. Yeah, God, it was hot.
Sure. Yeah. But that's sweet because you were on telly anyway.
Yeah,
so you had a lot of attention. What's wrong with you?
No, but that's from a whole group. But just one person focusing on you like that, there is something attractive about it. And I think in this instance, that's what she's going through. Is this therapist is focused on her for an hour and she is loving it.
Yeah.
And it's clearly not what she's getting from her boyfriend.
But she has to remember, Anonymous has to remember, that he is not choosing to do this.
He's just doing his job.
He's doing his job, and you are paying him to listen to you for an hour. And if you bumped into him in the pub and said, let's have a drink together, he would say no.
Well, he should say no.
Well, he will say no.
Here's the thing. I mean, I think Anonymous knows what to do. She just doesn't want to do it because it will destroy her fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually, you need to bite the bullet. And yes, it is going to feel weird. It's going to feel awkward and uncomfortable. But if he's as good a therapist as you say he is, he will navigate this. He'll make it weird. He'll make it fine.
Because he's heard it so many times before.
And he'll get you to the other side of this.
Yeah.
I know, that's the other thing. He will not be surprised by this at all.
No, and really, Anonymous, don't waste your time trying to have fun with this person who you're paying and trying to make him laugh and trying to turn it into a relationship, because he wants to hear the things that are bothering you and the things that are worrying you and your over-emotional state. And this is part of it. So to tell him this would be honest and true and also really necessary. And I think once you tell him and he explains to you, this obsession will kind of decrease, don't you think?
It will decrease, but also I do think it's going to reflect back on her relationship. Because I think often when people fall in love with their therapist, it's because they're single, they don't have this emotional outlet in their life, There's something, I think, as her and the therapist talk about this, she may find out what's missing in her relationship with her boyfriend. That's what I don't know. I'm just projecting. I don't know.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel for her. I really do. Shall we see what the Wangers have to say?
I mean, it's a very sweet problem. And here's the great thing. You're in therapy. You're in the best place to be dealing with any problem. So use your therapist. And yes, it is going to spoil your fantasy, but it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that, Anonymous. It's just a fantasy. Now, Jenny from Newcastle says, well, I would usually say get therapy, but that's already backfiring here. Get a new therapist, one that you're not attracted to, a woman or a nice old man, and add this to the pile of things to discuss. I hear what you're saying, Jenny, but I don't think that's necessary.
I mean,
to change therapist is kind of like you've got to go back to the beginning again. This therapist that you're in love with or think you're in love with or obsessed by, he knows a lot of your stuff.
Yes.
Already. So don't waste what's happened already, but do tell him.
And also he'll, because I think, he's been listening to you for a long time now. So I'm with you. He'll have a shortcut into how to fix this problem.
Yeah. He'll probably just kind of open a cupboard and go, I'm just adding you to the list. And there'll be, Anita and Barbara and Jeffrey and Eileen in New York City says, this sounds like classic transference to me.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I encourage her to look up this term and discuss it with her therapist. If he handles it appropriately, she can continue working with him. But if he is inappropriate in any way, it's time to find a new therapist. Good luck. So we'll just say transference, the redirection of feelings and desires, especially of those unconsciously retained from childhood towards a new object, such as a therapist.
Can I just say, also, that inappropriate thing of, therapists not being great therapists, I've heard of that quite often as well.
Let's not go there.
I know. We don't want to give her hope.
No.
And if you're lucky, it might be really unprofessional.
He might say, thank goodness, Anonymous, I've been thinking of you all.
Yeah, I'm not a qualified therapist.
I'm just a bloke from the street.
Yeah. I was here for the washer and dryer.
Donna says, I'm not a therapist.
Well, that's what he said.
I'm not a therapist, but you do have one you can speak to. My advice would be to talk, to explain these feelings as soon as you feel able. It sounds like you've developed an excellent rapport, and these feelings are important to address openly. If he's a good therapist, he should be able to help you work through them professionally and supportively. And Anne, who is the trauma therapist in Northern Ireland, says, it is not uncommon for clients to experience some transference towards their therapist. Many clients are in therapy due to attachment issues, so it makes sense that being the focus of someone's attention at each session leads to misplaced feelings of closeness. If your wanger explains this to her therapist, he will be totally understanding and should explain where these feelings are coming from. It's perfectly okay, no awkwardness to worry about. The insight gained will definitely be worth the courage. Aww.
Anonymous, we had lots of good advice from this for the Wangers. A lot of people identifying this idea of transference. And certainly Anne sounds like she knows what she's talking about. So maybe take that advice. Or, of course, seek out more professional advice because, as Maria's at pains to point out, we are not experts. But we will have another dilemma in just a moment. Maria, how do Wangers get these episodes as soon as they drop?
Oh, well, you see, Graham, you can tap follow on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube or your podcast app of choice.
Totally free.
Plus, on Spotify, you can tap the little bell icon and then you get notified when a new episode drops.
They really have thought of everything. What a world, Maria.
That's every Monday, by the way.
Letter number 2 approaching. On the Problem Express.
I liked letter number 1. It was very sweet.
It was, and also...
Makes me want to go into therapy.
I'm a professional therapist.
Dear Graham and Maria, we have a successful picture framing business in West London, which has been going for over a decade. We are an all-lady team and are all of a certain age. It's going swimmingly, but we have a problem with gentlemen customers. They have a tendency to mansplain, which is frustrating given that they know nothing about picture framing. This is just a simple job and shouldn't take long, they say. Or, if you cut it carefully, you could use the offcut for another job. Or, and I'd clamp that overnight if I were you. Occasionally, they even draw a diagram explaining how we should run our business. Our question is how to stop this flow of unwanted advice. Without being too rude, we have an annoyance surcharge, but this doesn't go far enough. This is from Annabelle, Lucy, Nick, and Lisa. I think what you do is you put up you frame something.
Oh, they're good at that.
Yeah. And then you say, and you put it above where they come in, and you say, how can we frame this? No mansplaining, please.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
But men won't clock that.
You point to it when they start to say, I think if you just...
See, here's the thing.
I think if you just do...
I think, though, I know because you're all female, but I think this is just men. I don't think it's about them being women. I think, so if my car is broken, I would just take it to the garage and go, fix it. Broken. But I think a lot of men would go in, I thought it might be the da-da-da.
Camshaft.
Yeah, I didn't want to open her up because da-da-da. It could be this. Da-da. They just like that shit. They like thinking they know something. So to amuse yourselves, ladies, what I would do is I would let them do their mansplaining and then blind them with science, quickly take them out of their depth.
Is there much science in framing?
There will be if they make it up. Just kind of like, well, we were going to use a Trodlizer on it, but of course the 3/8 will be too thick. And
good.
And then the men will be going, yeah. And if they go, I am a framer, that's rubbish, just go, oh, sorry, I thought you were a twat.
I mean, there's a reason that they're taking their stuff to be framed and not doing it themselves.
Yeah.
That could be on your poster as well. I'm going to disagree with you there and say it's not to do with being women. It is so to do with being women.
I think it's more to do with being men.
Well, yes, but men mansplain to women. That's the thing.
I think mansplain to everyone.
I don't think men mansplain as much, and I've seen this in action. They don't mansplain as much to a man. And normally, if I'm having something done in the house that I can't do myself, because I like to bodge everything, I get a male friend to come round so that I don't get the painter or decorator or electrician or plumber or whatever I'm speaking to a woman acting. Well, it's different. It's very different.
Well, I get it all the time from people who come around to do things. They
explain to you.
Well, they try. I mean, I nod off. I have no interest. I mean, that's the thing. I think they explain it to me because they think I'll be interested because I'm a man. And of course, I have zero interest.
Yeah. But I do think mansplaining happens a lot. And I kind of feel their pain at the framers because it's really annoying when somebody is telling you how to do your job.
Yes.
As you say, you've been going for 10 years and you must be good at it because you're still going and men are still bringing their stuff in. So, no mansplaining, please.
I feel like then you'll have to talk about mansplaining. I just think because you're all in it together, because it's this female workplace, it'll never stop. So just find ways to amuse yourselves. Have a sound effect button when people do it so that all the people out the back know that it's going on. There's just ways to make it a fun part of your day.
Yeah.
That there's some idiot.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should have a button like QI. And if people say the obvious thing,
yes,
you can just press the button going, wait, 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 wait. And they go, what's that? And, oh, this is just the 14th person that said that today.
Who didn't know what they're talking about? I've doubled your prices.
I like the idea of actually just saying, no mansplaining, please.
I just feel you have to talk about it then.
Well, what do you have to say? They know. No mansplaining means...
Oh, look, have you met a man? That would just be green light now.
So if they say, well, when you say mansplaining, you go, shh. Don't speak. Don't speak.
Let me explain mansplaining to you.
Zip it and chuck away the key.
By mansplaining, I assume you mean the...
Shall we see what the wangers have to say?
All right.
I like a mansplaining question. Okay, Dave in Brighton says, I think you should all take a deep breath, have a nice cup of tea and stop worrying your pretty little heads about it. Okay, Dave, I get it. Seriously, though, if you're confident enough in your abilities, why should a few pieces of unwanted advice bother you? It's surely all part and parcel of a customer-facing business. I'm sure mechanics and builders are told how to do their jobs by meddling customers. I don't think it's particularly specific to a female-run framing business. Well, you would say that, Dave in Brighton, because you're a man.
But also, Dave in Brighton is right, is that if once you're dealing with the public, then everything's annoying.
Exhausting.
So you open to framers, people will come in.
And give you unwanted advice.
Yes.
Yep. Beth in South Yorkshire says, I don't think this is exclusive to you, your gender or your age.
Beth would say that. She's a woman.
All right, point taken, touché. We all go to work and are faced with annoying, arrogant know-it-alls every day, whether that be customers or colleagues. If they're keeping you in business, I think you have to suck it up and just slag them off once they're out the door.
Oh, I love slagging people off once out the door. Hey, Kath is in I'm on Ford.
Where is she?
I'm on Ford.
No, truly.
I'm on Ford.
Thank you.
I've got an excellent idea for the ladies doing the framing business with the mansplaining. I'm going to suggest they watch Remington Steele, where she employed Pierce Brosnan to be the pretend face of the business while she was behind the scenes doing all the work. I think they should probably get an old granddad type to work behind the counter, just nodding at the men when they come in, taking the orders, and leave them get on with all the crafting.
That's a good idea. It could be a volunteer.
I mean...
maybe one of their dads or granddads could come in,
Kath
volunteer.
From Ammanford, we're 2026. We don't need to front a company with a man just to make men feel at ease and stop mansplaining.
But no.
I'm sounding like a rabid feminist now, aren't I?
No, but the men are relaxed. That's why they're doing all this mansplaining. They feel very comfortable. Men walk through the world feeling very comfortable. So
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? Okay, Julie says, this might not always be a mansplaining thing, but just an attempt to lower the price. Oh,
my
good.
goodness.
I like this.
We didn't know this.
I work for a stone fabrication company.
Say that again.
Stone fabrication company.
Is she God?
You fabricate stone?
Yeah, I make stones.
No, I fabricate stones.
That makes me make.
How do you make a stone?
Well, you're God, and you go back to the beginning of the Bible.
Don't you just go onto the beach and steal stuff?
Yeah, I fabricated this one.
Okay.
Would you like a bigger one? I can fabricate that later.
This is not the problem here.
Oh, yeah.
I work for a stone fabrication company, and the amount of times people call or visit asking for offcuts, as they consider this will be next to nothing, it's almost as if they are doing us a favour by taking these cumbersome pieces of marble away. The answer is sarcasm. Make it fun. See between you lovely ladies who can come up with the most outrageous responses.
That's kind of what I said.
Yeah, it is. It's a sort of dangerous game, though, isn't it? Because actually what you want to say after a while is, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, try that. Make a game of it. Tell them to fuck off. We're playing the fuck off game.
Say, oh, fuck off. It'll be ready by Tuesday.
Yes, fuck back again on Tuesday.
Fuck right back in here. I think the fuck off game is very good. It's pleasing, isn't it?
Yeah. Should we play the fuck off game?
Yeah. I'm going to play it for the rest of the day. Oh my goodness, that has exhausted me. The
really
mansplaining has exhausted me.
Ladies, thank you very much for that problem. Lots of advice there for the wangers and sympathy as well. If you'd like to wade in, you could add comments below this. Do you see how that works?
I do, and I would like to hear those comments. Especially from mansplainers.
Oh, yes.
Yay!
This comment, what you mean by comment, in a moment, it is time for Am I Weird? Cue the music.
Am I weird?
Didn't get it right that time. I like to join in.
Oh, were you lip syncing?
Yeah.
For your life.
Today's Am I Weird, Graham, comes to us from Derek in Edinburgh.
How are you spelling Derek?
DERRICK.
Yes, you are weird.
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Am I weird? I have a diet that I know is a bit unusual.
Great.
But most people who know about it tell me it makes me weird, whereas I think they're being a bit narrow-minded. I live alone and eat 2 meals a day, and it's the same meal every time. I fry half a 500-gram pack of minced beef, then mix in a scrambled egg, some mashed up steamed broccoli, and a handful of porridge oats. I don't add any seasoning, even salt. I also eat a slice of cheese while cooking and have some yogurt for dessert. For calcium.
Of course, very important.
Yeah. I never get bored with this diet and have checked that it's nutritionally complete. Also, it makes online grocery shopping much simpler. If dog and cat owners aren't weird for giving their pets the same thing for every meal, why should I be weird as opposed to merely unusual for eating a similarly unvaried diet? Oh, Derek in Edinburgh, Derek with the CK in Edinburgh. I don't think you're weird. I just think you're missing out on an awful lot of taste sensations in your life.
He must eat out. Does he? I mean, you can't have anyone over because no one's got to thank you for that.
He lives alone.
A kind of a patty with some oats in it.
Yeah. I just feel, of course you found something you like.
Easy to cook.
Easy to cook. Easy.
And actually, once I'd quite like it.
Once. He eats
I
two meals a day, but it's the same thing for every meal.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels to me, Derek, like you're eating because it's eating to live instead of living to eat. You're not embracing all the taste sensations that are out there. You're not. I want to know what the rest of your life is like because I think it's probably quite narrow.
Is he a gym bunny or something?
I wouldn't think so.
No, but that sounds like the sort of thing a gym bro would do, that they just have the same thing. I'm going to have, a chicken breast with broccoli.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to eat. And I just eat the same thing because I know exactly what the nutritional value of it is, blah, blah, blah.
I think you're being kind here.
What do you think? It's just big lumps out in Edinburgh?
I don't think he's a big lump because he doesn't eat anything else apart from this twice a day. And he's checked and it's nutritionally sufficient. And nutritionally sufficient is not the same as enjoying things, of breaking bread with friends and go, oh my goodness, taste this is amazing. There's a lot of social interaction that goes on around food. And there's a reason we go out to eat with people, because it's breaking bread with friends, it's doing all of that. And I think you're denying yourself some of this. I absolutely get that this is what you like and you've decided. But I would say, Derek, in Edinburgh, maybe once a week, try a restaurant.
Yes, I think you could eat out. You could meet your friends out and not order something similar to this. I do think, though, Derek's obviously one of those people, he finds deciding what to make stressful. You know, some people do.
I know, I get it. Especially when you're cooking for one, it's so boring.
But he solved that problem. I mean, he really has.
He solved that problem by embracing the boredom and repeating the boredom on a daily basis.
But no stress. He has his, press repeat on the online shopping.
Yeah.
And in it comes and cook it, eat it, cook it, eat it. I mean, the problem, Derek, and I don't know if this ever will be a problem, if you meet someone else and suddenly...
Not if he stays in twice a day for the same meal.
If you're cooking for two, then this won't cut it, I'm afraid. Unless you really meet your match. What bonded you? Love of oats and mince?
Love of the same meal twice a day. It's just, I feel...
He wouldn't even have to split the 500-gram pack then.
I feel it's kind of not life-limiting. It's kind of like pleasure-limiting that you're doing. And that's why I'd like to know what the rest of your life is like. Is that pleasure-limiting too? Because I feel we get one go at this, one go on the merry-go-round, and we need to embrace so much of it to have the best time and a multitude of experiences. And I want to kind of take Derek, and when we do Edinburgh, maybe we'll take Derek out for dinner.
Yes. You know what Derek should do?
Yeah.
Keep a food diary. It'd be a bestseller.
Oh my God, Monday. Mince, oats, broccoli.
Bit of cheese, mince, oats, broccoli, egg.
So I'm going to say, Derek, you're not weird, but you're denying yourself unnecessarily a lot of other pleasures.
But if Derek would like to come to our show in Edinburgh, I'd love to talk to him more. I would genuinely like to find out more about this and see if he goes on dates and things.
Should we take him a pie?
A mince pie.
Hey, you knew what I was going to say next. Oh, yes.
Well, as Derek digs into another helping of fried mince, we bid adieu to this episode of Wanging On. It's over.
You know what's going to happen? Lots of people are going to claim to be Derek.
Yeah, it'll be just a stink, a terrible smell of cooked mince in the auditorium.
Waiting outside the stage door. I have to say that we're not experts.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
Derek, an onion?
Yeah. What's wrong with the sautéed onion?
A little bit of
onion. Oh, no, I
onion.
don't like onion. I don't like onion. I had an
little bit of
incident with
onion.
an onion when I was 9.
Grate in a little bit of garlic. Or you can get that lazy garlic. Just put.
Oh, my God, yeah, garlic.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're very good at cooking, but we're not experts. So if you need expert advice on anything that you've heard today, please go onto our Instagram page, which is @Wanging On, and you will find direction to other areas of help.
Lovely
Yeah.
synchronized swimming thing there.
I'm running with this now, aren't I?
Wanging On with Graham Maria is a platform media production, and guess what? We're back next week. Bye.